Leslie, and I'm not necessarily going to hold you to this, but we are recording this. How do you go about choosing your underwriting syndicate group? What should the composition look like? And what are the most important factors that go into your recommendation to your clients?
It's not a hard question for me because we have a different approach than some of the other folks that help you assemble your syndicate. We think an IPO is an incredibly important event for companies for a lot of reasons, but one of those reasons is it is the first major fee event where you can really develop relationships with your investment banks. And some people take the approach. There are some firms that sort of take a tougher approach to that. The way that we think about it is, we want to bring out the best in all of the banks and give them an opportunity to interact and really contribute to the transaction and work with the company, because this is the one time that you can really establish relationships to support the development, the growth of the company for many years to come. And bank resources are scarce. Capital is scarce. Senior bankers are scarce. We saw that during the SVB crisis. Commercial banking has become, a much more valuable and important partnership than it was. I can tell you during the SVB crisis, companies that had really partnered with their senior bankers and their banks were able to get, quick diversification of their commercial banking relationships, and others that may have not had as productive or constructive or partnership relationships could not get those services. So, again, we treat it as an opportunity to build relationships, and that means all of the big investment banks can do an IPO and can do it well. Talent has moved around between these banks, especially between the last cycle. Some of the bankers that did the IPOs in 20 and 21 are now at different banks, many of them here at Mizuho. You want to, number one, understand what is the experience of the actual bankers that you're hiring. Not the logos on the pitch book page, because those people may not be there anymore. Number two, ask yourself, am I important to this bank? Because that really matters. You don't want to be on the national horseback ride in a national park, right? Where you're going to just get to an IPO at that bank speed. You want to be a priority to the banks that are bringing you public so that you're getting really senior level attention. And then you want to think about your business. What are the things that I'm going to need in my business over time, right? Am I going to need capital? There are some banks that do a lot of IPOs that don't provide capital. There are some banks that do a lot of IPOs that don't have necessarily the breadth of services that you might need. Am I expanding internationally? Do I need international commercial banking? Do I need people that have expertise in certain geos? Converts we talked about earlier, and other banking services. So you got to think uniquely about your business and assemble a team that sort of checks all the boxes, and can support you as you grow.